Well, dear friends, I firstly would like to draw your attention to those words that I read in the Old Testament, there in the prophet Isaiah in the 61st chapter. I read just some 3 verses there, and I want to consider a little phrase that is found there, and also what we read in the Sermon on the Mount. Let me read once again verses 1 to 3 of Isaiah 61. The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, and the day of vengeance of our God, to comfort all that mourn, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that he might be glorified. I don't know if you noticed, but as we read these 3 verses here, one of the main themes, of course, is not only the Lord, and here really it is speaking of the Savior to come into the world, but of the spirit of his people, what they would be like. The word mourned is mentioned at least 3 times in these verses. Firstly, to comfort all that mourn, and to give them, then secondly, the oil of joy for mourning, and then